What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers got the bounce back win against the Atlanta Hawks and just basically ran through Atlanta the entire game. Basically, start to finish, played the right way. One down, 13 more to go for the Lakers, and then maybe we'll be in the conversation for the sixth seed. Unfortunately, I just think the fifth seed definitely, sixth seed, I just think is very unlikely at this point. I do think, best case scenario, I do think we can get into the eighth seed and overtake the Phoenix Suns. The Suns were only 2.5 games back of tiebreakers and all, and also Phoenix has the tough schedule the rest of the way. Their next 4 games are pretty easy, but luckily the Spurs have really had Phoenix's number this season. So hopefully San Antonio can pull off a couple upset wins there. But first off, before I really dive into this, you got to credit Anthony Davis. He has this reputation, this stigma, street clothes and whatnot, and he has just been Iron Man this year. Knock on wood, we still all hold our breath every time he takes a spill or a fall, but this dude looked like he went 12 rounds with Rocky Balboa and had an eye swollen, could barely see, and looked like he was going to be out for some time, and ended up playing in this game and was excellent in this game. So, again, people are so quick to just criticize and get on Anthony Davis. Make sure you're praising him too for just what he's been able to do this season and staying on the basketball court and staying healthy. Even LeBron. But in general, again, excellent game all around from these guys. They still have an uphill battle to climb, primarily because the Lakers have just really dug themselves a hole, right? That's been the big problem too, is that the Lakers just, if they would have played the right way to begin with, we wouldn't be in this position. But the Lakers, now, can they get out of that hole? Absolutely. They have a very favorable schedule the rest of the way. It's not out of the realm of possibility in their next 13 games they go 10-3. It's just, then you think it's the Lakers, and we've seen this story, we've seen this song and dance, and they just haven't been able to consistently put it together. Keep saying it. The Lakers are one extended win streak. I'm talking 5, 6, 7 game win streak from moving up and being in at bare minimum the 8th seed. They're also, in the same breath, probably 6 game losing streak away from being out of the play-in entirely. But look, we can't control other teams. In a perfect world, Phoenix, they lose 6 straight games or something like that, and the Lakers leapfrog them. Reality is we can't control Phoenix winning or losing games. We know that they will lose some games, but the Lakers can control winning or losing. So they need to make sure that they're doing their job and playing the right way. I say it constantly. Whenever the Lakers have 32 plus assists, over 30 assists, the Lakers win every time, every one of those games. Lakers had 39 assists last night. 39 on 52 made field goals. That's ridiculous. 39 assists, only 8 turnovers. They took care of the basketball, got the assists, rebounded well, right? Anthony Davis was a monster on the glass. They shot the 3-ball well, 42%, which the Lakers have been the second best percentage-wise 3-point shooting team since the All-Star break. Lakers are 7th now. They were 8th, but they've moved up to 7th in 3-point percentage. The Lakers have been good. They don't take a ton of them. They're last in attempts, but I'm fine with that if you're able to continue to shoot well, right? If you continue to shoot 42%, but you're taking limited attempts, then that's fine, right? Because you have Anthony Davis, you have LeBron James, you want to put the ball on the deck, but ultimately it's our defense. Our offense isn't the problem. Our offense has been excellent since the injection of Rui Hachimura into the starting lineup. Again, the Lakers have been just cruising on the offense side of things. It's the defense is what the concern is. The defense is what the real problem is. And it's something I keep expressing and keep highlighting, right? Atlanta, the Lakers actually were solid against Atlanta. How much of that was just Atlanta, right? How much of that is just Atlanta's, they are who they are. But there's also a big part of it that's just the Lakers at least just be serviceable. Even Austin Reeves last night, give him some credit. He was actually pretty solid on the defense side, moving his feet well, staying in front of guys, challenging shots. Atlanta missed a lot of shots. Don't get me wrong. Atlanta wasn't like shooting the lights out by any stretch of the imagination. They were 9 of 41 from three. A lot of those were wide open threes. They were 42 of 98 from the field total. So again, they had a rough shooting night, but they're not a great offensive team to begin with. Or at least without Trey, they aren't. And so the Lakers really took advantage and just ran away. You played the right way. You had 6 guys in double figures, all 5 starters in double figures. Austin Reeves was the only one who had less than 15 at 12. Rui was 17, shooting 70% from the floor. You had LeBron James getting whatever he wanted. He had 25 and 10. D'Lo is just continues to light it up and be impressive and play great. 27 and 10. Right? And that's what I love about D'Lo is he's still he'll go get you 25 to 30 and still get you the 10 assists, the 8 to 10 assists. Even the last game, even though it was in a losing effort, gave you 23 and still gave you, I think he had 12 assists in that game, something like that. But I also think it's hilarious that D'Lo played basically lights out, and it's against DeJounte Murray, right? With all the trade talks of him, in Atlanta, okay, you don't want me, watch. You didn't want to trade DeJounte Murray for me? DeJounte Murray for me? Right? Do the Jimmy Butler saying. But look, I like this team, and I do think that this team can make some noise. I have said that repeatedly. I trust this team in the playoffs. I just don't necessarily trust them to get there. And the reason I trust them in the playoffs is because everything will tighten up, right? Darvin Ham, everything will be simplified, so it'll be easier for him. That's why he looked good in the playoffs last year, right? Because he doesn't have to try to big brain stuff. He just put LeBron and AD on the block and run everything through them. It's very simple. And you're going to shorten the rotation. You're only going to run 7, 8 guys, right? Things will be a lot easier. But it's just getting to the playoffs. Can the Lakers get to the playoffs is my concern. Because if they finish as the 9th or 10th seed, can they win 2 straight games to get there? Absolutely. I just don't have a ton of faith that they will. I'm a positive guy. I try to remain positive with the Lakers. And, I keep saying, let's wait and see. So many people are ready to write off the Lakers. A lot can happen between now and the end of the season, right? It's 13 games. It's not a ton of games, but it's still enough. A lot can happen between now and then. If you've watched sports long enough, you know that things change rather quickly. And things that look very bleak, all of a sudden you're just like, whoa. I mean, just make a sports bet one time and see and watch what miraculous things happen in order for you to lose. So you can't tell me that the Lakers have no shot. They absolutely have a shot. Are they in a very tough, compromised position? Absolutely. And they've dug themselves into that hole. But Mike, if they get to the 7th or 8th seed, I actually have a ton of confidence for them to get to the playoffs. They'll win one of those 2 games. It's just that they're the 9th or 10th seed. That's where I don't know, right? Because it's the first round, you got to play the Warriors. Let's say it ended, right? First round, you got to play the Warriors. It's could we beat the Warriors? Yeah, absolutely. But it's could Steph and Clay and everybody just get super hot and shoot the lights out for one game? Yeah. But let's say you beat the Warriors, right? Now you're playing Phoenix with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, which, look, I'm not super high on the Suns. I've been pretty spot on Phoenix all season. But they still have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant for one game. They're in a pretty good position to win that game. Or you play Dallas, who have Luka and Kyrie, right? So it's just, if we can get into the 9th or 10th seed, I trust that the Lakers can put it together for one game. LeBron and AD could just go ham for one game, no pun intended. But got to get there. We have a long road ahead of us. But we got to keep doing what we're doing. Got to keep putting things in order, keep playing the right way. When the Lakers play the right way, they win. It's not this shocking, surprising thing. It's not it's just go look through all of the Lakers' successful games this season. There is a commonality. They are hitting shots. They're moving the basketball. They're engaged. They're locked in. The energy's there. And they play some form of defense. Right? Again, they're not elite. They're not great. Part of that is you're missing your top 4 defensive guys. But you should at least just be serviceable. Not 28th in defense. It's terrible. Terrible. I mean, there's only a handful of teams that are worse than you defensively. Again, I'm not saying you have to be top 5, but at least be respectable enough to kind of balance out the defense and the offense. And I thought that they were against Atlanta. Again, Atlanta was missing a lot of shots, missing a lot of wide open shots, little like just several like bunnies at the rim and stuff. But a lot of that like was the Lakers. Right? Like I said, Austin Reeves, I thought did a serviceable job. I really liked how Austin Reeves played defense. He's had moments this year, but he's just, for the most part, out of a handful of games where he's looked respectable, he's had 60 where he's looked awful. And teams are targeting him and going after him, and he knows that. Just be serviceable. I'm not asking the Lakers to be elite defensively. If they could just be serviceable, they're going to win a lot more games than they're losing because their offense has been that good. But you need to have that balance, especially once you get to the postseason. And Gabe Vincent should be back, in a week or so. Hopefully Jared Vanderbilt, same thing. We just got updates and news on Christian Wood. Christian Wood is likely out for the remainder of the season. So there are things that are like, it's tough, but play the right way, do what you're supposed to do, and I trust the Lakers can get in. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Think the Lakers keep trucking away here and end up making it into the playoffs, or at least the 8th seed, and then see where we go from there? What'd you make of this win? How do you feel about the Christian Wood news? How do you feel in general about the Lakers? Again, how do you feel what your thoughts are? I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.